AI can write tests in seconds. That sounds amazing until those tests pass while the real bug is still alive. Today, we will build a practical testing workflow for developers. We will use AI to draft tests, then use coverage and mutation testing to decide whether those tests actually prove anything. The core idea is simple. AI is useful for drafting test cases quickly, but AI is not the source of truth. A useful test should fail when the code is wrong, pass when the code is right, and describe real behavior. If a generated test only checks a mock or only checks that something is not null, it may give fake confidence. This is the whole workflow in one picture. AI drafts targeted tests, then you run them immediately. If they fail, you decide whether the test is wrong or the implementation is wrong. After tests pass, coverage shows blind spots. Mutation testing then checks whether your tests can catch fake bugs. If mutants survive, go back and ask AI for stronger behavior tests. I test quality depends on context. Do not just say, write tests for this file. Give the source file, one nearby test file, the framework, and the behavior rules. For example, ask for pricing tests that cover zero quantity, negative discount, expired coupon, and rounding. That prompt creates better tests than a generic request. This prompt works because it tells AI what good testing means. Test behavior, not implementation details. That means do not assert private helper calls just because the helper exists today. Assert input, output, error behavior, and side effects. The last line is important. Ask what is still not covered so the model shows uncertainty. Current tools fit into layers. Copilot and VS Code are good for drafting and fixing tests in the editor. Codo helps in pull requests, especially around rules, missing tests, and code quality governance. DivBlue is strong for large Java unit test generation. Playwright is a strong code-first e-tool with code generation, traces, and agent-friendly browser control. Testim, Mabel, and Applitools help with AI-assisted UI testing. Striker, PIT, and Matma check test string. Coverage and mutation answer different questions. Coverage asks whether a line or branch executed. That is useful because it finds blind spots. But coverage does not prove your assertions are strong. Mutation testing changes code on purpose. If your tests still pass, your test suite touched the code but did not understand the behavior. Hallucinated tests are not always syntax errors. Some tests run perfectly and still prove nothing. Watch for tests that mock the function under test, copy implementation logic into the expected value, or only assert not null. A brutal check is to temporarily break the implementation. If the test still passes, it is not protecting you. The bad test checks that internal method was called. The final price could still be wrong. The good test checks behavior. An expired coupon should be rejected. I often writes the first kind. If you do not guide it, your job is to push I toward behavior, input, output, errors, side effects, and business rules. Coverage tools depend on your stack. Just and whitest cover JavaScript and TypeScript. Coverage.py works well with PyTest in Python. Yakko is common in Java. Do not chase 100% blindly. Start with risky code, payments, auth, permissions, data transformations, and anything that can hurt users. Mutation testing is the quality check for your tests. Striker works across JavaScript, TypeScript, C#, and Scala. PIT, also called PyTest, is widely used for Java and JVM projects. Matmat is useful for Python with PyTest. Start on changed or risky modules, not the entire repo. A practical flow looks like this. Read behavior and nearby tests. Ask AI for targeted tests. Run them immediately. Fix the code if the test found a real bug, or fix the test if AI misunderstood the behavior. Then check coverage, run mutation testing on risky code, and delete weak or duplicated tests. The goal is not more tests. The goal is better confidence. Final takeaway: AI-powered testing is not about replacing developers or testers. It is about removing boring first draft work, then using real verification to keep quality high. Use AI for speed, coverage for visibility, mutation testing for strength, and human judgment for business meaning.